Southern California. Welcome back to KHTS AM 1220 FM 98.1, your hometown station, and online, hometownstation.com, and Facebook Live. We had a couple great guests come on, but one of the things we were going to talk about, I want to jump back to this, speaking again of lovely Katie Arnold's birthday. One of the things, I've known Katie, Katie and my daughter are the same age, and so I've known Katie for a long time. But one of the things I thought was so impressive with Katie is that she was able to complete her first year of college while she was in high school. Mm-hmm. And one of the ways she was able to do that was through our fantastic, like we talked about, our community college, COC. So Fred, you're her father. Why don't you talk a little bit about how she was able to do that?
Sure. Well, there's a couple ways to do it. Actually, Katie did it a slightly different way than the college, but I want to talk about the 3 or 4 ways you can do it. The first way is these AP classes. Mm-hmm. So there's so many AP classes that you have right now, advanced placement in high school, right? And then if you pass the AP test, and this is beyond my pay grade here, so hold on with me. This is kind of what is following my daughter and my son, right? They would pass the AP test, and for a lot of UC schools and Cal State schools, it covers some of your classes.
Right, they give credit.
So you enroll, they count that as part, like almost like you took that class in college. And so she did a lot of those, and I was so impressed. She finished in the top 10 in her class and did very, very well. And that was one way, and she was able to get a year of schooling done. But there's several other ways. One way that people don't quite get as a junior and a senior, and I hope to affect change on the board of trustees if I win at the college, and that is you can take college classes as a junior or senior. I mean, you can actually take them as a freshman, sophomore, just not at CLC. CLC right now, unless you're at AOC, is juniors and seniors. So you could take a health class that might count towards both high school and for college. Or now, since you're online, you could take classes parallel. You could take a math class, a language class, a history class, all these classes that, Dave, quite frankly, you're taking in high school too. And they're maybe just a little bit higher level, but they're a level in which you can handle easy. But the problem is there's such a focus. There's such a focus out there on AP classes, and instead of looking at the simple fact that if you took regular classes in your high school, did pretty well with them, but then you take a class at the College of the Canyons, oh my Lord, you can easily accomplish 1, 2, or even 4 semesters of college before you even graduate without going to AOC. Now, ALC is a different animal. So that's just taking class, and you can take them online. You don't have to go to the university right now. And because of COVID, it's opened up so many more opportunities for high school students to take classes.
Because you don't have to go there now.
You don't have to go there now. Yeah, exactly. And they had some classes where actually professors went to the high school. But this case, you can just enroll in a class. In fact, and I hope my numbers are right, and I'm pretty sure they are, you don't have to pay anything. If you are a student going to high school, there's no tuition. In fact, many schools, or many classes, you don't even have to buy a book. You get them online. You know, so again, go to canyons.edu and check it out, because that's 2 ways. And the last way is AOC. AOC was an experiment that ended up being a unbelievably successful program where you can go to school freshman through senior year, and when you finish, and it's on the campus of CLC, and you're going to school with, high school students. You're not. You actually take college classes and your high school classes simultaneously. So when you graduate from high school at AOC, you actually graduate with a AA or 2 years of college completed already. And so that's through the Hart School District. And all those classes are online. So 3 ways to do it. You can just take AP classes, pass AP exams. Some of those count. You can enroll right now as a junior or senior. And the one thing I'd like to do as a board of trustees, if I'm so elected in my area, is I would really like us to expand freshmen and sophomores to be able to go to take these classes at the college. They're as long as it's appropriate and the class is appropriate for that age of a student. I think that should be opened up.
Yeah, I agree, and it would just be so helpful. I mean, college is so expensive nowadays. To be able to get just 1 year or 2 years under your belt, it really makes a huge difference for a lot of families that are going to be able to then send their kids off to a 4-year, or just, like I said, or the job training that's available at COC, and then get themselves a really good job. Because we talk about education so much, we talk about school so much, but we always do kind of forget that the end result is to get a good job.
Yes.
And so that's one of the things that I'm really impressed about COC, and I know something that's important to you is helping kids get jobs.
I got to tell you, I have 3 kids that are, well, the last one's almost done with college. And my last one, if she came to me and said, Dad, I want to be a nurse and I want to go to COC for 2 years, do their nursing program, hopefully get accepted, and that's what I want to do for a living. Or if she goes, I want to go with the sheriff's department, because they have the sheriff's training.
Yeah.
And she said, that's what I want to do. I've saved money for college for her. And you know what? I would say, good for you. Why don't you use the money to buy a house?
Right.
Why don't you use it for another greater good? Because is it really about our egos as parents and our kids are going to get a degree? Or is it about the success of our children,
Right.
our friends, and our friends and family members?
Yeah.
What is it about? And I think sometimes we realize that some kids, maybe they ought to go to construction management, get an AA, and kill it in that industry.
Yeah.
And do a really good job. And instead of spending a boatload of money, perhaps just spend money on helping that child get the training needed, and maybe help them with the down payment of a house.
Yeah, totally. Absolutely.
We can help them with that, right, Dave?
Yep, we absolutely can.
At American Family Funding, how do they reach you?
They can reach me at david@affloans.com, or my cell phone number is 661-904-3368.
Special edition of the Financial Hour, Fred Arnold, Dave Cantrell on AM 1220, FM 98.1, KHTS.